commune guard speaks to Michael. The last people to leave the house, Michael, were the girls who helped Sam. The commune guard looks at the house, then hastily enters. Rebecca, the girls, Michael says to himself. He then turns and runs off to the commune. He runs up the street and through the commune gardens and heads towards a long commune building. People are in, as light can be seen coming from the long glass-like wall. He gets to the door of the building and frantically thumps on it. Who is that? A man bellows from behind the door. It's Michael, sir. Michael Edwards. Is Rebecca there? The man opens the door and frowns at Michael. The man looks inside and Rebecca comes forward. Michael, what is it? What's wrong? Says Rebecca. Sam, is she with you? The children? Michael asks anxiously and panting. What? What do you mean, the children? No, we left Sam a couple of hours ago before it got dark. What do you mean the children, Michael? What's going on? Says Rebecca. Sam and the children are gone, and the bus too, but it wasn't even working, Michael anxiously says. Rebecca lifts her hand up to her mouth in shock. What? But that's impossible, says Rebecca. Michael turns hastily and runs off deeper into the commune. He runs past the marketplace and past the school, then towards the elder's house, which has two guards stood at the entrance. You! Freeze! Shouts one of the guards. Michael halts to a stop as the commune guards grip hold of their staffs and take a hostile stance. What is your business here at this time of night? Why the great rush? Says the guard. Please, I need to see the elders, says Mike. Then the door swings open and Eric emerges. What is the commotion about? Michael, is that you? What's wrong? Says Eric. Master, it's Sam. Her and the children are gone. It's like they've disappeared, Michael says. Eric is visibly puzzled. Gone? What do you mean? Eric replies. Mike blurts out. I woke up and she's gone. Her, the kids, the old bus too. They've all vanished. Eric speaks to the guards. Jason, go check it out. Michael, come on in. Michael hastily says, No, I got to go find her. I got to go find Tara. Maybe she knows something. Eric then speaks to Michael quickly. Michael, calm down. We will find her. Michael then turns around and runs off. Michael! Michael! Eric shouts after him. The guard turns around and speaks to Eric. Shall I go after him? Eric replies, No, let him be. Eric folds his arms, frowning. Michael runs back through the commune till he gets back to his and Sam's house. Jason, the commune guard, is talking to the two guards. Jason, the commune guard, is talking to the two guards who guard the roadblock. They turn to see Michael running at them. Jason shouts, Michael! Michael, stop! Are they here? Are they back? Michael shouts, still running. No, but calm down, says Jason. Michael runs past them and scales the roadblock. Michael! No, says one of the guards. The guards run to the roadblock, but Michael has jumped down and entered an alleyway, and as the guards scale it themselves, they have lost sight of him. Michael makes his way through the alley and picks up a metal bar lying on the ground. The outer city is dangerous at the best of times, but more so at this time of night. Although this is gunroom territory, the streets can be unruly, and the gunrooms are on high alert for any unfamiliar faces or suspicious characters. Michael, however, is running through the alleys and streets blinded by his desire to find Sam, and now Tara. He is not cautiously making his way along as he runs around a dark corner. He bumps into someone, and hears the sound of a shotgun being cocked. What the? What is it, punk? Says the person he bumped into as she raises her gun. What you doing, man? Get back, shouts the man who is with her. Michael walks back, gasping for breath, dropping the bar as he is now holding his arms up. A male and a female gunroom are stood in front of him, pointing their weapons at him. Mike catches his breath. I'm sorry, I'm looking for someone. The gunroom named Tara. Do you know her? He says. The male gunroom frisks Michael, whilst the female gunroom still points her weapon at him. He's clean, Sarah, says the male gunroom. So, what's your business with Tara? Who the hell are you? Says Sarah, the gunroom. I'm Michael Edwards. Tara's a friend of mine, says Mike. The commune guy? Ah, okay, follow me, says Sarah. She turns around and walks off. Michael follows her, followed by the male gunroom Josh. Both the gunrooms remain silent as they vigilantly observe their surroundings as they progress through the street and alleyways. Here we are. The female gunroom knocks on the door. Bang, bang. Yo, it's Sarah and Josh. Bolt locks can be heard to click and the slide across and the door creaks open. It's opened slightly and as a man peers from behind it, he releases the door chain, then lets them in. Darren, the gunroom Michael met the other day, is in the room. Ah, so we have a visitor. Hey, it's you. What are you doing here? They all enter and Josh closes the door. The room is lit by petrol lamps and has a couple of old sofas against the walls and a wooden table in the middle of the room. He says he's a friend of Tara's. He says he's looking for her, says Josh. You recognise him? You two met before? Sarah says. A day or so ago, yeah. So Mike, you're looking for Tara, are you? Bit late for a commoner to be risking it in these parts, isn't it? Says Darren. Yes, it is, but it's important I find her, says Mike. Well, you're a bit out of luck, my friend. She left here about 20 minutes ago, headed off to the fighting hall she did, says Darren. Fighting hall? Damn. Look, I need to find her. It's extremely important. Please, will one of you take me there, says Michael. The gun room is exchanging glances. Darren picks up his gun off the table. Yeah, sure, come on. Sarah, Josh, you may as well wait here until I get back. I'll take him downtown, says Darren as he chucks Michael a dark blue cloth. Michael catches it in both hands. Here, wrap this round your head and cover that damn tattoo up. Don't want you drawing too much attention down there, says Darren. Josh begins to unlock the door as Michael wraps the bandana around his head. Come on then, let's go, Darren says to Michael. Darren begins to make his way cautiously through the alleyway, followed by Michael. They make their ways through the maze of alleyways and roads until they come to a large road. Darren gives Michael a wait signal as he peers around the corner of the building. Darren turns around to Michael and says, "Okay, come on." They cross the road and come to a very tall building which has an underground car park. The pair make their way through the car park and can hear a lot of shouting and cheering coming from large two doors open ahead of them with music blaring out. There are barrels with fires in them illuminating the surroundings near the doors. Some people are gathered around the door, some lounging around, others stood in a group trying to get in. As Darren and Michael make their way closer, a man flies out from the door and lands in a heap on the floor. Darren looks down at the man. As he and Michael walk past the man on the floor, Darren shakes his head. Who's been a bad boy? They get to the crowd and make their way to the entrance. Cheers, screams and noise from inside is extremely loud. As Darren is about to walk through the door, a huge figure blocks their way. Darren stops in his tracks as he faces the abdominals of some giant. He looks up at the giant's face. There was a large metallic band around his head covering his eyes. His body so muscular and wide it almost blocks up the entire entrance. Twinkle! Yo, what's up, fella? Darren says. The giant called Twinkle nods his bald head towards Michael and grunts. The giant has no visible ears or nose, but has a huge mouth. Michael walks a step behind, petrified at the sight of the giant. He's never seen anything like it in his life. Darren looks up to Twinkle again. Hey, chill, big guy, he's with me. Twinkle leans over to Michael and faces him as if leering at him, although having no visible eyes. This makes Michael even more scared. Twinkle pulls his head and body back and moves to the side. Darren, quickly followed by Michael, enters. Michael, not taking his eyes off the giant, watches him block the entrance from the crowd outside again. Inside is packed. People are surrounded a large flood-lit pit, shouting, jumping and cheering as a brutal fight is taking place, and music blaring out. Darren leans over to Michael's ear and says loudly, "I'll go this way, you go that way. If you don't find her, meet up back here, okay?" Michael nods, and they part company through the crowds of screaming spectators. Michael is being knocked about as he makes his way through the crowd. He stops at the back of the spectator area and stands on a crate and looks around for Tara. He can see down into the pit, and two large men are fighting. One of them is dressed in black leather and swinging a chain. The other is dressed in a red boiler suit and wearing a hockey mask, clutching a hockey stick. The man with the chain whips the chain at his enemy and wraps it and locks it around the hockey stick. Both men with weapons locked together then leap at one another head first. Then from the other side of the pit, a wooden crate flies from the crowd and smashes next to the battling men. Michael looks up to see the man who threw the crate is being grabbed and held by three gunrooms. One of them is Tara. The gunrooms wrestle and carry the man through the crowd towards the entrance. Michael, keeping his eyes on them, heads for the entrance too. Michael gets to the entrance just as Tara and the other gunrooms hurl the man towards Twinkle. Twinkle then picks the man up with one hand and throws him outside amongst the crowd who are trying to get in. "Tara! Tara!" yells Mike. Tara turns round to look at Michael in disbelief. "Mike, what the hell are you doing here?" says Tara. "Sam, have you seen her?" says Mike. "Sam? Her? It's one thing seeing you here, let alone her. What's going on?" says Tara. "Tara, it's important. Have you seen her in the past couple of hours or so?" replies Mike. No, I haven't. Look, Michael, it's too loud in here. Come outside," says Tara. Tara turns and speaks to the other gunrooms. "I'll be back in a bit," and then she taps Twinkle on the side. As he turns and looks at them, Twinkle then moves to the left and lets them out. Michael follows Tara outside, looking at Twinkle once more. They walk away from the crowd. Tara stops and turns to Michael with a confused look on her face. "Right, let's start again. Did you say you're looking for Sam?" says Tara. "She's gone, Tara. Vanished. Her and the kids, the old broken down school bus, have gone and no one has seen them leave," says Michael. Tara looks at Michael with an expression of surprise and worry. "What? That's impossible. Those kids can't move. You said so yourself." "Damn surely someone must have helped her or saw her leave," says Tara. No one saw her leave. This isn't right. She'd never leave the house and go out on her own after dark." And the bus was still not fixed anyway. It just doesn't make any sense, says Michael. Tara puts her hand on Michael's shoulder. Calm down, Michael. I'm sure all is okay. I'm sure she's fine. We'll find her. Let's get you back to the commune. It's late. Tara looks Michael in the eyes, and Michael smiles and hugs Tara. She will be okay, won't she, Tara? He says. It is a new day. Tara and Michael came back to the commune last night, but still no word on Sam. Michael had got onto his bed but couldn't sleep, but as soon as sunlight broke, he was up and ready to look for Sam. Tara was also there. She tried to fall asleep on the floor, but also she couldn't. They both got up and inspected the alleyway. That was blocked by the old school bus. There were no signs of it driving away, even though that was impossible due to the state it was in. Tara and Michael left the commune and spent most of the day walking around the city asking anyone and everyone if they had seen Sam, the kids, or a yellow bus, but it was no good. No one saw a thing. Michael and Tara grew more and more concerned, but more and more puzzled how Sam had vanished. They headed back to the commune to see if they had returned. On their arrival, the bus was still missing, and no one had seen or heard of Sam. Michael at his wits' end runs off to the top of Rebel Hill. When he gets there, Eric and Curtis are sat at the top talking. They both turn to face Michael as he approaches. Michael shouts at the top of his voice, "Sam! Sam! Where are you? Please! Please come back!" Michael falls to his knees and begins to cry. Tara then catches up and rushes to Michael, kneeling down beside him and putting her arms around him. Suddenly, Michael clutches hold of his head with both hands. Ah! Michael screams out in pain. His eyes begin to roll backwards. He screams again and begins to shake his head in agony. Eric and Curtis rise to their feet in shock. Tara, bewildered, moves back from the screaming Michael. Ah! Michael, be strong. Hoto's voice echoes in Michael's mind. Then a ringing pierces Michael's ears and he can see the torso clamped up in the clone ring. The eyes of the being then open. Be strong. Hoto's voice echoes once more in Michael's mind. Ah! Screams Michael. Michael is on his knees, gripping his head in agony and dripping with sweat, and then he passes out and falls to the ground. Tara rushes to him, shouting, "Michael! Michael! Michael!"